Hi everyone, this is Tutor Marife MCP. In this video, magsasolve tayo ng word problem on simple and compound interest sent by Alona Vai para sa kanyang grade 11 pamangkin na si Von Nico Vailosis Agutaya. Sila ay taga Palawan. So shout out sa inyong dalawa. Itong video na ito ay ginawa ko para sa inyo at para na rin sa ibang grade 11 students na gustong maintindihang mabuti kung paano isolve itong word problem na ito involving simple and compound interests. Basahin natin ang problem. Kat is choosing between two short-term investments. She can invest at 10% simple interest per year for 1.5 years and 9.5% compounded monthly for the same term. Which investment should she choose and why? Okay? So, meron siyang pinagpipili ang dalawang investment. Yung isa nag-o-offer ng 10% simple interest per year. Yung isa naman nag-o-offer ng 9.5% compound interest per year compounded monthly. So pareho niyang i-invest ang kanyang pera for 1.5 years. So alin ang pipiliin niyang investment? Of course, dapat ang piliin ni Kat ay yung investment na magbibigay sa kanya ng mas mataas na tubo o kita. Ano yung tubo o kita? Yun yung amount of interest earned after 1.5 years. Okay? So, yun ang kailangan nating malaman. Okay. We have a simple and compound interest. Mag-focus tayo sa simple interest setup. Sa simple interest, dalawa ang formula na kailangan nating tandaan. Una, I equals P times R times T. I stands for the amount of interest earned after a period of time. P is the principal amount or the amount of investment. R is the interest rate. And T is the time period. Okay? Ang second formula ay A equals P plus I. I stands for the final amount or the new amount after a time period. P is the principal amount or the amount of investment. I is the amount of interest earned. Okay. So, ano yung mga available information para sa simple interest setup? We have R, 10%. I-convert mo ang 10% into its decimal equivalent or into its fraction equivalent. Kung gagamit ka ng calculator, pwede mong gamitin either of the decimal value or the fraction value pag nag-i-input ka sa calculator. Basta wag lang ito. Tatandaan na pag nagpo-plug in ka ng value ng R dito sa formula, huwag ito ang gagamitin mo. Either the decimal equivalent or the fraction equivalent, dapat ang i-plug in mo for R. Okay? So, ang 10%, pag i-change mo yan into its decimal equivalent, kopyahin mo yung number na nasa kaliwa ng percent symbol. Tapos, ang meaning ng symbol na percent ay divided by 100. So, tatanggalin mo ang percent symbol at i-replace mo siya ng divided by 100. Pag isa-simplify mo ito, cancel out the same number of zeros in the numerator and in the denominator, 1/10. Ito ang simplified fraction equivalent ng 10%. Ang decimal equivalent naman niya, kung marunong kang magbasa ng fraction, sinabi ko 1/10. Paano ba isulat ang 1/10? It's 0.1. Okay? Either of the two values, pwede mong gamitin pang plug in dito sa R mo. Okay, ano pa yung known? 1.5 years. T yan. Obviously, kasi ang unit ay years. Time is 1.5 or 3 halves or 1.5 years. Bahala ka na kung alin ang ipo-plug in mo sa calculator. I-input mo sa calculator. Okay? Wala siyang binanggit sa problem na definite amount of investment. So, okay lang yon kasi pwede pa rin siyang masolve kahit hindi natin alam ang exact value ng P. So, tawagin na lang natin yung amount of investment as P pa rin. Okay? It's still P. Okay, so meron tayong tawagin natin ang amount of investment as P, meron tayong R, meron tayong T. So pwede nating ma-derive ang amount of interest earned at the end of 1.5 years. From I equals P times R times T, I is equal to P multiplied by your R is okay, gamitin natin yung decimal number, 0.1. Your T is 1.5. 0.1 times 1.5 is equal to 0.15 P. Okay? So, ibig sabihin nito, kung ano man yung amount of investment niya, let's say 1,000 pesos, at the end of 1.5 years, ang amount of interest earned ng kanyang 1,000 peso investment ay 0.15 times 1,000. Pag ika-calculator mo yon, that's equal to 150 pesos. So, kikita ang kanyang 1,000 pesos ng 150 pesos at the end of 1.5 years. Okay? Sa compound naman tayo. Ay, wait lang. Kung ang amount of interest earned after 1.5 years ay 0.15 times P, then ang final amount or yung new amount ay magiging A equals P plus I. P is the same as 1P. Invisible ang numerical coefficient na 1. Plus, ang I natin ay 0.15P. Therefore, ang final amount ay 1.15P. 1 plus 0.15 is 1.15. Okay? So, for example ulit, kung ang amount of investment ni Kat ay 1,000 pesos, at the end of 1.5 years, yung kanyang 1,000 pesos ay magiging 1.15 times 1,000 or 1,150. Nadagdagan ng 150 ang kanyang 1,000. Yun yung kanyang income doon sa first investment. How about dito sa setup na compound interest? Ano yung formula natin? Ang formula ay A equals P times the quantity 1 plus R divided by N raised to the product of N and T. A represents the final amount or the new amount. P represents the principal amount or the amount of investment. R represents the compound interest rate. N represents the number of times the interest is applied, and T is the time period. Okay, so hindi ulit natin alam ang definite amount ng investment. So let's call it P pa rin. R is 9.5%. Let's change 9.5% into its decimal equivalent. I-copy mo yung number na nasa kaliwa ng percent symbol. It's 9.5. remove the percent symbol at i-replace mo siya ng kanyang meaning na divided by 100. So, 9.5 divided by 100. Pag division by powers of 10, let's say divided by 100, bilangin mo yung zeros mo at yung bilang ng zeros ang bilang ng movement of your decimal point to the left. You have 2 zeros, therefore you have to move your decimal point 2 places to the left. Ang magiging result ay 0.095. 9.5% in decimal form is equal to 0.095. Time is the same. It's also 1.5 years or 3 halves or 1.5 years. Meron tayong n sa formula. Ang n, yan yung kung ilang beses ia-apply ang 9.5% interest rate within a year. Okay? So since compounded monthly ang stated sa problem, ilang months meron sa isang taon? It's 12 months. Therefore, within a year, 12 beses ia-apply ang interest rate. Okay? So, n is equal to 12. Ito ang iyong keyword, monthly. Okay? O, pwede na tayong mag-substitute. I-derive na natin ang ating expression for the final or the new amount. A is equal to P multiplied by 1 plus R is 0.095 divided by N is 12 raised to the product of 12 and 1.5. Pag i-multiply mo to, this is equal to 18. So, ang exponent ng sum na ito ay 18. Okay? So, pag i-input mo to sa calculator at hindi right view ang calculator mo, mag-divide ka muna. Ang 0.095 divided by 12 ay equal sa 0.00791 tapos non-terminating na yung 6 mo. Repeating, non-terminating na 6. Okay? Raised to 18. Pagkatapos mong mag-divide, ito na yung quotient, mag-add ka. Magiging 1 lang itong whole number part ng decimal mo. So, 1 plus this decimal number is 1.0079116. Repeating yan, raised to 18. Then, i-evaluate mo na itong exponential expression na ito. Ito ay equal sa 1.15250622472 times P. Okay? Ngayon, kung pipili siya, which is a better investment, of course, ang better investment ay yung magkakaroon siya ng higher final amount. Kasi doon nagre-reflect yung kita niya. So, kung mas mataas ang lalabas na value ng A, ibig sabihin mas malaki yung kinita niya. Parehong nakamultiply sa P itong mga decimal numbers na ito. So, kung pareho yung second factor ng product, the higher, the first factor is, the higher the product. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, magko-compare tayo, which is higher? Is it 1.15 or 1.15250622472? Since 2 decimal places lang itong decimal number na ito, dagdagan natin ng isa pang decimal place. So, parang may invisible zeros pa sa kanan ng 5. Yang 1.15 ay equal sa 1.150 kung maglalagay tayo ng additional decimal place dito. Times P. Okay? Ito yung final amount kapag simple interest ang setup. Lagyan natin ng subscript na S yung final amount A to denote na ito ang final amount kapag simple interest ang setup. Ang final amount kapag compound interest ang setup, lagyan natin ng subscript na C yung A, C for compound, ay 1 i-round off nga natin ito dito sa etong digit na ito. Pag nag-round off tayo, titignan mo yung nasa immediate right ng rounding place mo. Kung 5 or up, nag-round up ka. Ibig sabihin, nagdadagdag ka ng 1 dito sa rounding digit mo, tapos i-drop mo na lahat ng digit sa kanan niya. So, 1.15, yung 2 magiging 3. Tapos naka-multiply yan sa principal amount or the amount of investment. So, i-compare natin itong cofactor ng P. Okay? Pag nagko-compare ka noon ng numbers, you start from the highest place value. So, mag-start tayo sa ones place or sa units place. Parehong 1. Pag magkapareho yung digits na kino-compare mo, move forward. Dito tayo sa 10th place mag-compare. Pareho ulit yung digits. Move forward ulit. I-compare natin ang 100th place, parehong 5 ulit. Move forward ulit, compare natin ang 1000th place. So dito, 0, dito, 3. Obviously, mas malaki ang 3 kaysa sa 0. Pag nalilito ka up to now, paano basahin ang less than, greater than na symbols? Tatandaan nyo lang na yung open side ng inequality symbol laging nakaharap doon sa mas malaking numero. 3 is greater, nandun siya sa bandang kanan. So yung open side ng inequality symbol ay dapat nakaharap doon sa 3. Yan. So mas malaki ito. Kung ano man yung amount of investment P ni Kat, pag ipa-plug in mo dyan, dito siya magkakaroon ng mas malaking kita. Kasi yung product na ibibigay nito, pag pinalitan mo itong P ng exact, ng definite amount, ay mas malaki ang resulta kaysa sa product na ito. Okay? So, ito dapat ang kanyang piliin. Ito dapat. Itong setup na compound. Okay? So, ang tanong, which investment should she choose? She should choose the second option. The one that offers 9.5% interest rate compounded monthly. Why? Because the amount of interest earned at the end of 1.5 years is larger than the first option. O, yun yung reason. That's it. If you have any questions, Alona and Von Nico, feel free to post your comments. Okay? Pakishare ito sa mga classmates mo, Von Nico, at sa mga kapwa grade 11 students mo na may sinusolve ding ganitong word problem. Okay? Thank you for taking the time to watch my video. Huwag pong kakalimutan mag-subscribe. This is Tutor Marife MCP.